Members have just executed a search warrant here in a rural area of Prince George. It's in the Giscombe Eaglet Lake area, and we have discovered a grow operation with approximately 20 greenhouses. The emergency response team was flown in first. They were able to secure the area and confirm that there were 3 individuals on site. Now, 2 individuals were taken into custody upon arrival. 1 individual did run from police and was soon tracked down and arrested. So here we have an industrial heater, and it is supplying heat to a number of the tents in this area. That's creating a moist, humid environment for the plants. Here we have an industrial size floor bloom fertilizer. It's used to enhance the growth of the plants, but in all essence, any fertilizer or chemical that goes into the plant life is also going to be coming out into the bud, and that's what people are smoking. So they're not only ingesting the THC of the bud, but also all the chemicals that go into the growth of a plant. There's a complete disregard for the environment here. There is garbage thrown everywhere. Not only is there chemicals, but the garbage is just left for somebody else to clean up. This location is used solely for the production of marijuana and for its harvesting, and that's where the profits are going to come from. Nobody here is going to be cleaning up this mess. It's solely for the production of marijuana. So the organized crime groups that are putting together sophisticated marijuana grow operations such as this are using the profits not only for marijuana growing, but also for other drugs, cocaine and heroin, meth, crack. And that, of course, leads to a lot of violence in our communities. Therefore, we need to identify who these organized crime groups are and get them out of our communities. In order to make this type of an operation successful, we have used a number of resources and specialty units throughout the RCMP. So not only do we have general duty members and the serious crime unit drug team from Prince George, as well as the North District, we've also got the ERT team, which is the emergency response team, the K9 unit, which is the police dog service. We also got flown into the area by Air Services RCMP helicopter, and we've got a dispatch center with us at our command post to help us with communications. So this is a substantial marijuana grow operation, and it is going to take a number of hours of resources that we're using at this time, but it's also going to take a substantial amount of marijuana off the streets.
So here's the deal. We've got this new president who seems really cool. I mean, the guy's well-spoken, he's open-minded, he seems to listen to people, and he's extremely well-educated. I mean, he graduated from Harvard Law School. But this is a guy who's admitted to smoking marijuana, that illegal leaf that just ruins people's lives. How could the president of the United States have ever done such a thing? Maybe because he knew it was less addictive than both alcohol and nicotine, and knew it can be consumed responsibly. But it's probably been a while since he smoked a joint. So if I had one thing to say to Barack Obama about cannabis, it would probably be something like, "Hey dude, I'm one of 80 million people in your country who has smoked marijuana, and so are you." Or maybe I would say over 700,000 people were arrested in this last year for marijuana-related charges. Or something like, let's re-examine this law altogether. Or possibly that $1.3 billion is spent annually fighting marijuana, not including the cost of prison management and construction. Or I might just end up saying, hey man, you know the facts. Let's fix this mess.
Would you want to get back into being a cop?
Never. Well, you know, I said I would never be a cop again, and I meant it. However, I'll win Texas Attorney General in 2010, and that would make me the highest law enforcement agent in the land, where all the chiefs and sheriffs of Texas would have to abide by my new policies, one of which are it'll be the Attorney General's opinion that any arrest in Texas for nonviolent drug crimes are considered unreasonable searches and seizures, and any citizen that gets arrested for a nonviolent drug crime can sue the agency, and I will approve the lawsuit through my office. So that'll shut down marijuana arrests overnight.
What guarantees you, wait, did you say you will get this, the Attorney General, or you're running for it?
Absolutely. Well, I'm running for it, and coming off the success of our reality show, Cop Busters, we're going to use that, of course, to gain votes throughout Texas. You know, we stung our second cop in Dallas 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Oh.
You stung him?
Just cop-on-cop violence?
Well, our first sting was in Odessa several months ago, where Cop Busters rented a house, and we placed Christmas trees underneath a marijuana grow light and began pumping the heat out of the wall. And we caught them doing an illegal raid. They thought it was a marijuana grow room, but all there were Christmas trees. And then last week in Dallas, we assisted the Combine SWAT team in arresting a police officer for child pornography.
So excuse me, Barry, you baited police. You created what seemed like a grow, but it was not, and they raided it?
Yeah, exactly right. We rented a house in Odessa, and to prove that the police are still using illegal FLIR cameras, which are heat imaging cameras, we began pumping the heat out of the wall and hid cameras everywhere and then watched from our laptops. And when they raided it, we approached the house. All that is on copbusters.com, and you spell it with a K, Copbusters with a K.
Oh.
That's really interesting.
Was COP Busters already taken?
Yeah, it was already taken.
Those fucking cop busters. I like your idea better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, did you take them like to court and shit? And did they like what was their repercussions for doing that illegal search and seizure?
Well, the Odessa sting was to bring attention to Yolanda Madden. Some of those guys were my ex-partners, and they had planted drugs on Yolanda, which resulted in an 8-year federal prison sentence. And because of our efforts, she got a hearing. Actually, the hearing was last week, and she won that hearing, which means she should be getting out of prison before Thanksgiving. So, that's our goal at Never Get Busted and Cop Busters. I said it from the beginning 3 years ago when I released my videos that our goal is to get prisoners released. And with coupling Cop Busters with my campaign, I'm going to accomplish that. Our team will. For instance, I can't change laws as Attorney General, but like I mentioned earlier, I can approve lawsuits. And upon taking office, the first 30 days, our team will walk into the prisons across Texas and tell the prisoners that they can sue. If there's 10 prisoners in one jail cell and there's only supposed to be 2, I'm going to announce that prisoners can start suing the prison